When my son Stephen was 12 years of age, Lisa and I literally thought that we had lost him for the kingdom of God. You see, Stephen had gotten involved in a number of dark things and doing things he shouldn't have been doing and being fairly rebellious, and our hearts were broken. During the fast that year in January, just like we're fasting right now, we were fasting specifically for Stephen. He was at the top of our list. A few months after the fast, my brother-in-law called me and said there was a Christian hunting camp that he wanted to pay for Stephen to go to this camp. Stephen went to this camp, and I remember dropping him off at the camp on a Saturday, coming back the next week on a Saturday, and he was a changed individual. I couldn't believe that he was actually the speaker, the camp speaker, that spoke to all the parents to talk about what God had done in their lives. You see, Stephen had major breakthrough in his life. And even though, of course, Stephen has lived a lot of life since then, we have always known that he's always been on the right track. You know, that's what fasting does for us. It brings forth breakthrough. I'm reminded in the Bible in Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20, he says that God is able. He's able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that we can ask or even think. That's the kind of God we serve, a God that is able. At the beginning of the fast, we ask you to ask yourself two questions. Answer two questions. First of all, what are you fasting from? Secondly, what are you fasting for? What are you fasting for? Breakthrough with a child? Breakthrough in a relationship? Breakthrough in your finances? Breakthrough in your physical health? I don't know. But what is it that you need God to break through in your life? Isn't it interesting that God says sometimes you have not because you ask not? I've heard it said that fasting literally releases the power of God on your behalf. I love the Message, how the Message paraphrases Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20, the verse that we just read. God can do anything, far more than you could ever imagine or guess or request in your wildest dreams. What are you fasting for? What are you believing for? What are those things deep in your heart, those dreams that you want to see God move in your life? I want you to understand we serve a God that is not only able, but He's willing to meet those needs. God bless you as you're fasting for the Lord.